Hello YouTubers, Ray here. I want to give you guys a quick look at the engine bay of my 2014 Mustang GT Premium. Obviously we're looking at a Cobra jet intake manifold, Ford Racing cold air intake. I did this install personally, and for those of you that are somewhat mechanically inclined, I would advise to go ahead and do this install yourself. If you've got the tools and the time, save yourself some money and just do this yourself. Print the instructions out, follow them one step at a time. It's not that bad. Make sure you have torque wrenches so that everything gets torqued down right, so you don't end up with any leaks, stuff like that. But this is definitely something that's absolutely doable by your average mechanically inclined do-it-yourselfer. So, a couple notes I wanted to make on this in regards to this install in particular. Brake booster, vacuum line. That one kind of threw me for a loop. Wasn't exactly sure what to do with that. As you can see, it just routes. Flashlight here. Just routes right around top of your fuel rail, and it actually connects to a valve that you have to take off your original throttle body. Sorry about that, I'm going off here on your original throttle body, and it's actually, I've got it actually tucked away underneath here, so it's a bit hard to see. But that might throw you for a loop. There's plenty of YouTube, there's images, there's plenty of YouTube, Google information that you can find to get that hooked up right. But really, it's something very simple. It's just a matter of figuring out where to connect the tubes and then connecting them yourself. It's really not that bad. What I've got here is a GT500 throttle body. Now I know that you guys can find, or you see a lot of these out there. People will say, use the stainless or the oval throttle body for $600-700, maybe more, $800. Okay, I paid $75 for this on eBay, and it works flawlessly. And the street ability, the drivability on the street is almost stock. That's what I'll go ahead and say, that it's almost stock. The only reason you know it's not stock is because when you get on it a little bit too much, you'll know pretty quick it's not stock. But it drives really well. There is no issues with using this throttle body as opposed to your $500 or $600 throttle body. So I just want to put that out there, that you don't have to spend $1,000 on a throttle body. Okay, and we got it. This was tuned by LUND, and I don't work for them. I'm not affiliated with them. They did an excellent job getting this car running right. There's a couple other significant mods that I have that are not so evident, but I'd like to cover those in another video. Actually, all the parts that I put on this car, I found them on eBay. A lot of them were at discount. Because of one reason or another, maybe open box items, maybe a connector tube may be missing. And, this thing here, I bought it for $3, cut it to size and put it on there. So if you shop around, you can save money on this upgrade and do it yourself and save pretty big bucks. I'm pretty sure I did this whole Cobra jet install for less than $1,500 install. So absolutely, affordable, hopefully, for most people, and absolutely affordable, and absolutely you don't have to pay anyone to do this. You can do it yourself. You do however have to get yourself a good tuner, and I would recommend LUND. They were great, and this car runs really well. So since I'm in here doing a video of the engine bay, I wanted to touch on this guy over here. Yeah, looks kind of odd. It's my oil catch can. And what I did is, when you install your Cobra jet intake, it kind of throws this out of whack. It doesn't quite set the way it used to. And the hoses, the original hoses, don't exactly fit the way they should anymore. So what I did was I got a 5/8 fuel hose, so it's resistant to fuel and oil. And I cut my connectors off the old plastic tubes, clamped them on here, gave myself enough room here for kind of like a drip rail, just to kind of slow down the air as it gets into the catch can to try and suck up, you know, not as much oil, or at least have the air not moving at such a high velocity when it hits here. It's kind of to try and slow it down. What I found was that it's hard to get a hose that will hold up to the vacuum. And this one was bowing slightly. I could see it kind of sucking in, and I didn't like that, so I reinforced it with those bands, basically just to try and help it hold its shape. I know that's pretty ugly, but it works, and it was cheap. It's like $5. So you know, I'm all about doing things, you know, well, and not spending a fortune doing them. So this is the my Cobra jet intake manifold, my engine bay. So you can see it, and if you have any questions I might be, you know, able to help with, I'll be more than happy. Just you know, leave them in the comments, and hopefully I'll follow up with some other YouTube videos in regards to the other mods that I already have on this vehicle. And as I go making new mods, I'll just make some quick videos and post them and see how that goes. Anyway, thanks a lot, guys. Hope you enjoyed.